A good man, we're going to talk about a good man. In the beginning of time, God created Adam and he created Eve. He gave Adam dominion over everything in the earth realm, even before he had Eve by his side. He gave Adam orders on what to do and what not to do. Adam, one day, he hearkened. He listened to the voice of the wife, and he did something God told him not to do. Real simple, he disobeyed God. After the time of Adam, there came Abraham. Abraham was a biblical character. Abraham's wife name was Sarah. Now, the Bible said that Abraham's wife honored Abraham by calling him Lord. I want to explain that. She wasn't calling him Lord like he was God. That was just reverence that he was head of the household, because the word says that the head of man is Christ, the head of the household is man. So that's all Sarah was doing, was honoring Abraham as the head of the household. A good man. You ever heard about Job? Job was a man that obeyed God, man that God was after God's own heart. In other words, God put that in him. He anointed him. Job went through some times like everybody else. The enemy came at Job. Job's wife come to Job and told Job, hey, why don't you get out of all of this following God, and curse God and die? What she was saying is, look, it don't take all of this to follow Christ Jesus. But I'll move on with the story. Job didn't hearken to the voice of his wife. Job did tell her, he said, you talk as a foolish woman. In other words, he recognized it wasn't his wife. That was the spirit of the enemy that had rose up in wifey to come up against husband. So he did not take down. Okay, I talked about Adam, disobeyed. I talked about Abraham, Sarah honoring Abraham as head of the household by calling him Lord. And I just talked about Job obeying God and not for nothing, disobeying God and not taking down to the enemy. A good man, ladies, not picking on you. Be careful what you ask for. Peace, guys. I'm out.